Grounding. What is that? Grounding.
He's burning his feet on the pavement is what he's doing, man. He's out here walking around barefoot on the cement. Yeah, let's get the headsets on him so we can hear him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Am I on TV?
No, you're on a video.
Yeah, you're
screen.
on a video screen. Somebody's been watching me. They said that I was extracting my underwear from my butt, but I really wasn't. It was just the back of the leg.
You can charge for that now.
He can start his OnlyFans account. It'll be great. How are you, man?
Shoot, I can't complain. I'm doing good.
How's we're out here watching everything going on. First of all, when did they put the video boards up? What is that for?
Yeah, those are new to this offseason. They're basically replay boards for us. So when we get done with our rep, we can go and just look at the replay board.
So does the coach say, hey, Will, come look at this, or you just go up, check it out on your own?
I think it's self-monitored, but it's also there for if a coach needs to see the quick rep, It's also nice for like Pat, who has 2 guys he's got to coach out there, sometimes 3. So he can watch one guy during the play and then watch the other 2 on the replay. So,
is Pat funny?
What? Yeah.
He seems like a funny dude. Like he's got a good sense of humor.
Yeah, I mean, he's an old guy, so it's an old sense of humor, but it's a lot of like 90s movies quotes, but we like him.
Oh, okay.
They all go over your head. You're like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, I had 2 older brothers, so I watched a lot of them, yeah.
Okay. All right. Is there one movie he leans on more than any? 90s movies. They're all comedies, I would assume?
No, it's a lot of like action-packed kind of. He's a big Marvel guy too. That's him and his son Jackson. When they go around, it's a lot of Marvel quotes coming out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say how camp's going for you, but it's been 2 days, so.
Yeah, 2 days. It's going great.
It's a grind.
Freaking. We're in the dog days. No, it's been good. It's nice to get back to work. This team's really itching to get going, and we're ready for week 1 to come and start this season off. So, first day, normal stuff happening, but we made a lot of good plays. Offense looks good, looks crisp, and we're hopefully picking up where we left off last year.
What did you go into the offseason with as far as a to-do list? Did you have any personal, I want to get stronger, I want to get bigger, smaller? What did you have any goals in the offseason?
Kind of same regimen. We're going on a couple of years here, playing throughout the whole year. So really just fine-tuning what my body needs to operate at a high level, which for me is a lot of single leg work. It was kind of funny. It was like the last week, and I didn't do hardly any power lifting, but let's just hang clean for the fun of it. And I was, kind of up there with my college PR. And it just goes to show, like, at this stage of our careers, like, big strength, like squat, bench, like hang clean, they don't really go away. But if you can't single legs, if you can't do lunge or crossover lunge or whatever, balance very good, that's where stuff really starts to show up. And I've learned a lot of that through the older guys that, I've kind of asked questions through.
Hey, when you guys are starting camp, like we're talking about install and like missing practices and stuff, so which we don't want to bring that up, but like how does it go for you guys? Are you putting in like a play a day or a play a practice, or how many when you get there as a rookie, like how many different plays and formations and things like that do you go through as camp starts? Is it like attacking one every day, or how's that?
No, it's usually grouped plays. Pretty much day 1 is zone run and then boot, and then a few play pass and passing game stuff. So pretty vanilla. But the nice thing is throughout the off season, this is really our 3rd time installing. From OTAs to the mini camp, and then now we're in fall camp. So we've seen it a bunch, and so it kind of comes in clumps. Gap scheme, other type exotic runs, then you just compile, and then you get to the point of camp where you're going to have some like review days, which is really when you're a rookie, you got to take advantage of because the day follows the install, but when you have that review day, you really have to do a good job of going back through like the last 6 or 7 days and catching back up.
Hey, just as far as your off-season work goes, have you altered it much based on injuries you've had? Obviously you've been unlucky with injuries, but do you look at that and say, okay, I can train this way to avoid that? Or is that just, do you look at it and go, man, it doesn't matter what I was doing, that's just an unlucky moment?
Yeah.
How has that affected your off season?
Well, obviously my first 2 years I went down with some pretty serious stuff. And so I learned a lot about, recovery and then the rehab process. And then, it's kind of nice. I really learned what my body responds well to. which is like resisted running, prowler pushes, and then like I said, the single leg type work, balance, core. And so I've learned that that's what my body needs to kind of, make me feel good when I'm out there playing. So I've really leaned into that and kind of got it down to a nice rhythm of like strength or rehab the season after, like make sure everything's working properly, and then you go into like a strength phase, and then the last bit is running, getting your legs ready for camp.
I remember watching you in college going, man, this guy's known for being a really good blocker, and then I saw these highlights of you catching ridiculous passes, good hands, and so in those two regards, how do you rate your running mates there? Colby Parkinson, I was telling Bob, I thought he was a better blocker last year than a pass catcher, which is a pretty high praise. But tell us about the aspects of each of those guys. Like what's the best part of their games, and what do they bring?
Sure. That was the fun part is like, Colby came from Stanford, and he was a pass catching guy.
Right.
He basically played receiver. But it was funny because in this system, you really have to be a run blocking tight end to kind of find the field. So he took a tremendous amount of pride in learning those first 2 years, and then finally got to showcase it his third year of like, this guy's nasty. He wants to get after the run game a bit. And, for a 6'7", 6'8" guy to get down there and get nasty like that, it's pretty impressive. So, and then Noah, obviously Noah is a special guy with the ball in his hands. So, he runs really good, smooth routes. He works really hard on his hands. He's on the jugs, 3-4 times a week, just making sure he's right. And the other thing I think that is underrated in the tight end position is just how we prepare. We have so many different responsibilities. There might be a play that's a pass, checks to a run. Well, I'm talking to Lockett, and then now I'm talking to, Abe. It's like, or Charles. So it's a completely different thing, and we just have to be ready for all situations. So the amount of preparation that, both of those guys put in week in and week out is super impressive to me.
For your off seasons, are you somebody that, all right, I'm going to give myself a week, 2 weeks, and I'm back to it? Or do you I need to allow myself to heal and recover and rest? I'm going to take a month. How do you approach your off season in terms of vacation? Now it's work time.
Yeah, my mom probably wouldn't love to hear this, but I go pretty hard bender season right after it. No, I'm just kidding.
This is Dissly, we're sorry.
Yeah, I like to get down to California. Obviously, depending on what time of year we get done, I'm ready to get out of the rain. So, buzz down to California, play some beach volleyball, get with my PT, who I did my Achilles with, John Mayer, and just kind of clean stuff up, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy a little beach volleyball, a little golf, and then. About the time we were kind of starting for OTAs, come back up here and start strength training, and be back in the beautiful Pacific Northwest.
Now, did you hit the wedding circuit this offseason?
Man, so many weddings.
Yeah. How many?
I think
Did you go to Tyler's and?
I hit Colby's, Drew Locke's, and then I had 2 other personal friends get married so far, and then one more on the docket. 2 more on the docket this year, so we're going to be at 6 total this year.
Wow. Were you in them, or you were just a guest? Were you
I was in Colby's and then in my best friend's, and then was just a guest to the other 2, which is nice.
Wow.
What do you think about a tuxedo with shorts or a suit?
Some people can pull them off. I'll say that. Some people can definitely pull them
A
off.
very few individuals can do that.
I think it's a big hit in Mississippi. I'd say that right now.
Okay.
Had you ever considered it until you saw DK do it?
Yeah, heck yeah. It's so hot, and that's like my least favorite part about wearing a suit is how hot it is. So if you can pull off shorts,
But that was an indoor wedding, wasn't it, Tyler's?
But it was in Texas.
Oh, well,
so
they
it's
got
going to
air
be hot.
conditioning in Texas, don't they?
Yeah, but you got to go outside eventually, and it's just sticky down there.
It's all about confidence and dance moves, I'm sure.
Is that right? Are you
at a wedding?
Do you ever, my wife just loves to dance, and you're out on, if I ever end up out on the dance floor, I just think to myself, this is so stupid.
You're a prop at that point.
Dancing, yeah, and I just try to keep it real general, and she's going at it, but are you a dancer?
I like to dance, yeah.
Wow.
My parents grew up, they jitterbug, and, it's kind of gone into the 2-step country a little bit. So it kind of depends on the wedding, what kind of vibe you're going for.
The music that's being played.
Definitely what hour have the old people left the wedding. Dave had probably exited the building before it gets really different type of music.
You wait for Dave to leave, then you bust the move there.
Well, what kind of music are you listening to mainly?
Oh, mainly. I've been on the, like, what is it, the Island Time music, like J-Boog is probably the most popular to let people know. You don't even know what that is.
No.
You don't.
See the blank look on my face?
Golly. Go outside and put on J-Boog. You'll be in a great vibe, be great mood. It's just
Are you a
good
reggae
day.
guy? Or
Yeah.
It's kind of in that same world.
For sure.
Yeah. So do you listen to are you a Bob Marley guy? You listen to Peter Tosh, all that stuff?
Yeah, of course. Definitely country when you need to slow down, and then I'm definitely a golden oldies kind of guy too.
Golden oldies. See, he's all over the map. It's
Hey,
good stuff.
So, do you bring your sense of humor out on the field, like during a game? Do you ever because I remember a few times making like smart ass comments to other guys, and not talking mess or anything like that, but just kind of having some fun out there. Are you?
Oh yeah,
that kind of guy.
Well, it's nice that we play in this division, and all my Husky teammates are on the other team, so I can definitely talk to them. And I don't know, my number one focus is don't piss off the animals. I used to play D-line, and when they get mad, they play a lot harder, a lot more aggressive. So I try and keep it light, definitely, and just talk.
When I first met you, you were a D lineman at UW. It was in the
Throwback.
security line at SeaTac. He was a D lineman. And all of a sudden, I'm like, is that the guy? We just drafted that guy, Uncle Will. And I think John called you that right from the beginning, didn't he? Yeah.
It's crazy.
You miss the days on the D-line where you were the hitter instead of the hitty?
I do, yeah. But what's funny is on defense, you rarely are the hitter. I find oftentimes you just shed a block and you're trying to get in the way, get him down. There's probably only a handful of tackles where you're actually, unless you play linebacker or safety and you get that opportunity. But at D-line, you're just shedding a block and getting ran over as you kind of, or the sack is quick and it happens. But
not getting that running start like a linebacker.
Yeah, I didn't get that opportunity playing 280 three technique or whatever it was. But no, I miss it. I just miss the guys. We had such a fun when I was a freshman. Our defense was so fun. Shaq Thompson, Haliki Kaha, Danny Shelton, and then Tani Tupou. He ended up playing CFL, rugby, just a bunch of guys that were just good dudes. So I definitely miss that kind of death row mentality.
Yeah.
Well, always fun to talk to you, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming over and bringing
Football's
the humor
back,
with you.
huh?
That's
Football's
good.
back.
It is back. You're back. Football's back. What could be wrong? Everything's great.
Yeah, life's good. Put some J-Bug on.
Yeah, we'll get
You
Dave.
have to spell that for me. I still can't hear you. Bug? Is it J-Bug?
Bug.
Boog.
Boog. B-O-O-G?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get Dave
I'll
on
do that just for you, Will.
Okay, thanks.
Appreciate it,
All
man.
right. See you guys.
There you go. Will Dissly of your Seattle Seahawks. Always fun to talk to him.